Hello, Lisa. Lisa.
1 second, 1 second.
Um, Eve.
Yes, ma'am.
I know it's my turn, but do you mind going today? And I'll go 2 days in a row tomorrow and the next day.
Sure. No problema. Hold on a second. I have to move because there's a lot of background noise.
Take your time. I'm in no hurry. I'm just eating my pasta.
Okay, 1 second. I'm trying to get online. Log in. Can you see my screen? Leanna?
I hear you, but I have myself muted so it doesn't get background noise while you're talking. So give me a.
Okay.
It's always going to be a second for me to unmute it.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, but can you hear
I
me?
do. I do hear you, and I do see your screen.
Okay, good. All right. Let's get this party started. Okay. Okay, so the losers of the day, Rivian Vana, Open, Taco, Dollar General, Amazon, and Starbucks, along with Google. The winners, Intel, Square, Tesla, EBC, woo woo,
Who said
Nvidia,
who wrote that? Intel.
yeah, your favorite, Macy's,
Believe it
Macy's,
or not, I shorted Intel today.
DraftKings, AMD, and Netflix. Okay, that's good. Good for you. I'm not into anything, as you know, I'm restricted. Okay.
You mean self-restricted?
Yes. Both actually, I don't have that much to trade with.
But still, you're self-restricted.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it looks like American Airlines since May has had a big, huge, bull. It's going a little bit down today, but the trend is still up. I anticipate that it still will get to 20 till the end of the summer, and then it will start to abate a little bit more, but it's still a bullish trend. It was up a little bit today, but not overly much. Sana. So Mansana had a 1.72% up. It had a slightly little gap up. Um, I guess it hit the all-time 52-week high. Um, this animal, I guess. The next level, it'll probably get to 195 tomorrow, and then if it continues on this trend or path of destruction, it's gonna hit 200. AMD, it started down at the beginning, I think. Let's look at it. So yes, even though it had a 2.216% up, it started really low, like it dropped like a rock at the beginning, and then it picked up from 112 up, and it went all the way up to the end of the day, and it continued then flat at the end of the dia. I mean post. So it looks like it's in this little range right now. It has definitely filled the little gap up. It looks like it's trending up again. And it likes this area right here of 119, 124. Zoni. It's kind of the same thing as of Friday, just slightly down. Um, it's still marching upwards. The next zone that we had identified was this 140 area here, which is an area of support / resistance. So we shall see. It's getting up there a little bit slightly. ASML, as you know, on 2 days, this will have its earnings, is on hard buy. But the trend since August, you can even say October, has been up the yin yang. So I don't anticipate that it might have. Oh, did it report the earnings already? No, it's in 2 days. So I don't think the earnings are going to be too bad from all these quarters here, but we shall see. AZO is filling the gap, and I think it's going to go back up here to 2,700 as it usually does. Boeing, it's the same thing as all the other days. It's just trading in the zone. And I don't think it's going to move anywhere until some big catalyst makes it. Banco. Let's see. I believe Bank of America is mañana. So early in the morning, we will have the results of the banks. The banks have been doing relatively decent the last 2 days since Friday, because of the earnings from the other big banks. We shall see what happens here. A Bank of America is a relatively big bank, so if it should follow in line with the others unless there's something else. I'm reading an article that they have like some bond issue stuff, but we shall see what happens and what they report tomorrow. As you can see, it has been very flattish. And the last 3 days have been a little bit upward. We shall see if it breaks that 30 price line that we had identified. BJ's, it looks like it's creating an area here. The trend is still going out. It did have a Thursday, Friday, and it could continue to go down. We like the $60 price. Caro, not really much of anything. It's the same thing. In the last 3 days, it likes this area a lot. So hopefully it rejected the 40. So I hope that it continues marching downward, but time will tell. I think Chewy had
Elisa? Oh, okay. Well, I guess something happened to her. So let me try to let me try to log in and see what we can do here. Okay, so basically, I know she talked about app. I think she was on Bank of America. She did bank. Campbell's. We'll talk about that really quick. Um, Campbell's has been trending down actually. Um, you know, okay for earnings with less revenue. But it has been trending down. We're looking for a good level to get into it. Um, it went down today all day. Interesting. I know we have a couple levels, 42 and 40, but that's when we're interested in getting it. Dollar General also had a down day today. Um, we don't really trade this much, um, but it just had a down day. So basically, you know, if it starts to look like it will get to the bottom, then we'll probably get in, and then we may or may not just write it back up when the gap fills. But
Leanna?
we uh, uh, we uh, we really don't trade this.
Leanna?
Is there anything I can help you with, ma'am?
Yes, sorry.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Um, so Dick's Sporting Goods looks like it's starting to trend down. Um, or like it's going to start to trend down. It's kind of been, you could have got this 150 mark a couple times, and then it kind of went down a little bit, um, and then it went back up. So you could have got it a second time, and so now it went back even further down. Who knows if it's gonna get close again? If it does, you may want to jump on it, because now it looks like it's getting lower. If you took the 150 and you brought it all the way down to what is this 120, we'll say 125. That was pretty good money, $25 a share. So that's nothing to sneeze at, and it's on hard buy. Uh, Dollar Tree. Let's see how this looks. 150. It's slowly filling the gap. Um, this is moving like molasses to fill this gap, but we did talk about this gap um, just as of, what is today's date? 7/7. You could have got in at under 145, which was our key, 145, and running it up and still be in it and have hit uh, 150. So you have been over $5 positive um, within from what after the 4th of July, 7/7 to now. So something you really can't sneeze at, especially if you're not considered a day trader per um, the 25K moving average standard or average standard. If you have an account that's under this amount, this is kind of like a nice, this 143, 145 trade that you could hold on to for a few days, a week, get $5. sell it, let it go back down to 145, let it come back up so it slowly goes up, and you can keep getting your money every few days. This is a nice, very nice trade. And let's say you bought, I don't know, I'm just making up a number, 500 shares. When it goes up $5, you sell half of it. It goes back down to 145. You buy it again, then you sell half. So you're always making little earnings, and selling and buying and selling and buying. But something like this is an obvious, thing, especially with Dollar Tree because we talked about how it moves. Um, EBC was relatively strong today, even though I shorted it. And I'm just going to show this just for an example of how even with uh, uh, a strong stock, you can short that if you short it at the right moment. So I could have bought 1,000 shares or more, but I had just got 500 just to do it or whatever. To kind of prove the theory. I was going to get another 500, but then I did it. But basically, I could have got out at like 132. I was hoping to get it at 129. So that's why I didn't get out at like 130. Well, it kind of did go to 130, 129. I don't know why I guessed it, why I didn't execute. Maybe because I had too many shares. But I ended up getting at 134. But that was still, if you have a large size, you can still easily 500, 1,000, 1,500. You can still easily get like $100 very relatively easy with just a few pennies because you bought this right before lunchtime when you know at lunchtime you're going to have less volume and you know it's going to get closer to VWAP even though VWAP's coming up. So it did go down. So even if it goes down, hey, 10 pesos, 10 pesos per 1,000 shares, there's your $100 right there, you know? So
Centavos, centavos,
I'm sorry.
not pesos, centavos.
Centavos. I say pesos to mean pennies or dollars. But I'm not saying it for Spanish just to say peso. I'm just saying. But, you have 10 cents and 1,000 shares, you get your $100 right there, if my math is correct. So, you know, just by looking, seeing the trend, seeing what's going to happen, knowing that yes, this is a strong stock, it's going to kind of be going up all day, but just knowing that hey, right before lunch, 5-10 minutes before it goes to its peak, and then like the first half hour or 45 minutes or so of lunch is going to lose volume, and then all you do is you set it for the peak, you set it and forget it, and it's kind of already established it before, and it's usually going to be a few uh, pennies more um, after that. But it's just something that if you just watch, you'll figure out. And each stock is slightly different. So daily on this is muy, ¿cómo se dice? Duro, Toro is muy bullish. ¿Cómo se dice bullish, Elisa? Toro something.
Fuerte, I would say fuerte,
Okay, muy
strong.
okay. Um, strong. How would you say bullish though? Like
I don't know if there's a translation.
oh, okay, okay. But it's like a bull. Um, so this is very fuerte, and it has gotten up here, um, this 130 area, and it's coming back up here again, and it's just okay, you know. Let's put it this way: I'm not gonna get in this way. Okay, today was a down day, but like I said, I'm not gonna get in this. When you see the SPY, the NASDAQ, everything moving like crazy, and then you see these tech stocks moving. Um, you don't you don't get in its way. Sometimes I'm crazy enough to try to short it, just to try, just for fun, because I hate when stuff is extra. I can't stand it because to me it's obvious that it's fake news, as I would call it. Um, but still, you can easily get burned. So you got to be careful with something's extra because sometimes they just say, "Hey, we don't want it to come down yet." Until the big players say they're ready, it ain't gonna happen. So, um, same thing with Google, muy forte, um, is like a bull, and yeah, and this had a sad day or a bad day today. So, today was a Monday. And if you're one of those people that you think, hey, it's a Monday, it's going to go off or whatever, you never really know, because I guess the banks were more strong. The banks and the non NASDAQ stuff were more strong today. So you kind of had a hit with, some of this stuff like here, hardware, Home Depot. This was pretty strong. It was zigzagging all over the place like a nutcase. But, even if you had bought in right here, if you were willing to stay in it through this crazy dip, um, it went up and you made some deal, you know? So, this thing is starting to seem like trend up on the 50-day too. So, to me, this has been Home Depot has been a sneaky strong because it was waiting around this 300 and it's like, okay, what is it going to do? What is it going to do? Is it going to dip back below? And this is where I have wanted to buy it again. But it really didn't. So I kind of missed the opportunity right here. And then I was looking at it for here, but it never not got like all the way down. I thought, oh, maybe it'll go a little bit down. 275, 278 can get a better price. And this is an example of sometimes you're trying to get the best price and you end up losing out. And now it just sat here and I was hoping it would come back, but it didn't because it's too strong because it didn't even get past under this 280 or whatever. It clicked
And
it
say that
a
again.
wick once and then it said, we're not even going to wick down. We're going to touch 180 and we're off to the races. So, um, this is an example of how sometimes you snooze, you lose, and sometimes you be fighting for the extra $2, and hey, maybe could I have said it would have been better to get in at 280? Yes, after the fact, heck yes, because you see what happened. Because even if I had got it here, I said, oh, let me get it a little bit above 283, and then it went up to 300. That's nearly $20, $17. Even if I got out here and just waited to see, I still ended up uh, getting bread and only have to wait like let's see what is this 6 8, and this was 531. So what is that? A week and a day? Come on now, you know. And if I had waited that here, please, as someone would say, and please. So, but yeah. So, it's just that. It's just something. I'm not saying you should chase stuff, but when something's obviously it's in a strong area that's not like Home Depot, people are going to buy this stuff no matter what because they have to. And basically, Home Depot, they charge us really whatever they want because they can. And so I kind of hate when this is a sidetrack, but I kind of hate when people say, "Oh, well, businesses they can't charge that much because people." Please, if one thing COVID has shown us is that businesses charge whatever they need to charge. Not only do they charge for when they get hit by rising costs, but they charge a little bit extra too. And I think that's been found. If you want to look up the service, you can look it up or whatever. But um, they charge what they want, and if everyone's charging it because all we have is monopolies now, then hey, you're gonna have to pay it. You're gonna have to do without. So, Macy's. Sorry about getting on my soapbox. Whoever's watching this, it's just sitting here. I'd like to see this trend up a little bit. Um, I had wanted to I was kind of interested in it before, but I thought I had plenty of time. And, but now I don't know what to say. It's just it's sitting here or whatever. Uh, and I feel that, with, uh, retail, until you start getting into the kids back to school stuff, it's like, I really don't care. Um, Strong as ever. Nothing really to say about this other than don't short it. And yeah, that's it. Um, don't bet against it. Um, if you short it, make sure it's just a day short. Meta. This is becoming my new. Even though I don't trade it like that, I feel it could become my new Stressly. Or my new stock I love to hate, because I'm really, really like, even though this is bullish like crazy, I feel I bearish on this. In my mind, I'm just waiting for that one spot. And if it was me, I could have hit it right here. But I'm overall bearish. And I think I want to see what happens with the earnings. Let's put it that way. Because I think by cutting revenue, cutting costs, they have helped their earnings. And I think, I don't want to say it's fake news. I just think Meta could be kind of doing accounting stuff that everyone does, obviously, to hit their numbers. And then you could potentially see the emperor has no clothes, 6 months, 9 months, a year from now. That's my personal opinion. That has nothing to do with fact or anything. It's just something that my narrative that I have based on no information whatsoever. Softy's been really strong as heck.
That made me laugh.
I tried to short it like one time around here, and then it didn't go down. It had went up, and then it did go down the next time. And so I got out with a few pesos. But here, I wouldn't be against another stab at it. I would just understand that I would have to stay in a couple of days, maybe up to a week, worst case scenario. But this is one that maybe intraday, it's something that I can see myself getting in and out of, even if it's like, hey, let me get $5 in KAT, or that means let me get $5 and get the heck out of here. But I'm the type, I love to short these crazy extra stocks that I would call it. Yeah, so I kind of had saw this or thought it was going to start trending now. It had an update today, but overall I was more bearish on this. And I thought by now it would be closer to this 100 mark. So I was kind of wrong in that it really just dipped to like the 103.50 area and at the very lowest, but it didn't bounce back up. So I don't know if this is gonna come back down again. But I feel like this 100 area, we could, you could shorten at this, get it to 100, maybe look at some options if you like it. But I do like over the next, as a swing trade, I do like this. Um, I liked it to hit 100. And now that the trend's showing that it's moving down, I kind of feel um, if I had some power to stay in it, that I would kind of see if I could find an option or something um, to see if it would hit 100. Open, um, good. I'd like to see so it hit this area. Elisa, put this on the notes. I want to see if we can get into this and maybe write it down a little bit because it seemed like it may come down some. Even if it comes down to $4, it's still worth it. Or, God forbid if it came down here. But if it comes down to four, just 389 or whatever, 390 or whatever, it still could be worth something because it did hit our peak of 5, and it seemed like to kind of reject that. We could try to see if we can get back in, but put it on the notes. Maybe see if we can get back in at 5, or see if we can continue to write this down a few more pesos or cents. P time still in this. It had did a nice move up. Now let's see if we can watch it run back down. That's what we're waiting for. That's what um, I'm waiting for at least. Um, Someone I know got out, and she made a few pesos. I'm waiting for my $8 mark. I should have it at 801. Tarjay. It looks like it's come up just based on its price. Well, let's see. Um, I guess it came out, but I still wouldn't look at it. Especially in this time frame. Let me see. Target. What do we have? We have 30 days. What was that for Macy's for? 36 days. So we still have a little bit of time, and they're probably gonna, let's see, they're gonna report on only second quarter. It feels to me like, okay, so they'll just be reporting second quarter in 30 days. It seems like to me we should be reporting, I don't know, third quarter, but it's true, I guess. January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, it really is. It feels like we should be reporting third quarter a month from now, but that's not really the case. Piton, we talked about that. Target, tractor supply. Let's see how long this has been bleeding down for a million years. So you see it was here, went up kind of, and then now it's just not even back down to this low here back here on June 1st. So it's coming down, but it's so like dreadfully slow. That's why I can't stand this stock, even though I shop at this place a lot, but I just can't stand it. But it is so hard to buy. Um, what's Tulsa? What is this? Oh, Tesla. Oh, why should I? Oh God, I should know this. Stressla. I'm calling it Tulsa. You know. Um,
I don't know why.
Tulsa, you know, where they had that big riot in Tulsa, where they had burned all of the black people's homes down in like the early
Mm,
1900s or something like that, the Tulsa riots or whatever. So I'm thinking of that uh, because I'm like Tulsa, but I'm just being crazy though. It's a
yes. Your
Tesla.
lack of sleep is
Yeah, I guess I am gonna sleep tonight. I almost wanted to cancel tonight, yeah, because I was just like, I want to go to sleep. But anyway, so yeah, I really don't have anything about this. I know it was supposedly going against the grain. The Bobos, they were kind of like trying to trade it earlier. And it was just going down and down and down. I tried to get in. It did come back, but I really didn't wait for it because I was just like, but it did come back if you just wanted to wait. And I was pretty close, you know. But I was dealing with other stuff, so I couldn't like pay attention to this. And stressful is what it is. It's stressful. So it's gonna move on you. The one good thing about it is with stressful, if you just do a set it and forget it somewhere and you say, hey, let me just $5 above this or whatever it is. So if you had this and you wanted to get 290, 290, 288, it did hit that 290 mark. If you just won't go away and wait, it's probably gonna hit it. But you have to go around the bend, around the corner, on top of the roof, down the roof, turn left, turn right, take the next exit. You have to just go everywhere, and it's just very hard to watch. Let's put it that way. I think Miss Munoz would agree.
Miss Munoz agrees because I'm scared of
Miss
it.
Munoz says she won't touch that with a 10 foot pole. So.
I won't even touch any stocks from now for until I'm
This is the self.
my mind is sound.
This is a self-inflicted purgatory. Okay, you don't have to inflict this harshness upon yourself, but you are doing it. Walmart. I have no comment on this. I don't trade Walmart. It doesn't move the way I like it to move. They have a lock on this stock like crazy, and Walmart's just a stock that you just buy low. When they had that little downturn, and we had talked about this, what was that gap down, Elisa? It had a really big gap down. Where's it at? Oh, this was a nice gap down to buy it, but do you
Well, in
remember when
March,
it was
March,
so? Was it this
it was March.
March of this? Okay, so I thought there was a bigger gap down though, but it did have this gap down because of earnings.
Go down, go back in time.
This one
Uh, use your minus, your minus. There's the big back, big. There it is.
here. Where's it?
On May, near May and June.
Oh yes, oh yes. This was it, man. When you had this was the one, and it doesn't even seem that far ago, but I remember this distinctly, Elisa, and because it had hit what do you call that thing? Target. And then we were like, if you're gonna get something, get into this. So now you get into this, and now you go for